Well, I'm here at the wood pile and I got my trusty Steel MS-250. I've had this saw a long time, a long time. I think these came out in 2002. And this saw is completely stock. And one thing that I do not do is I do not do muffler mods. And really anything invasive like that, I don't make any modifications to my saws at all. I will adjust the carburetor a little bit, but other than that, I just buy them and run them. Now, before somebody rips me apart in the comments, let me just say that I'm not opposed to muffler mods. If that's what you want to do, you know, I enjoy watching the videos where some of these guys do the muffler mods and you know, time their cuts and all that kind of thing, but I've just never really had the appetite to you know, rip the muffler off and take the guts out of it and retune it and all that kind of thing. And if you watch some of these videos, you know, you might gain. I don't think that the time savings on the cuts are, and maybe I just need to watch some more, but I don't think they're that substantial. You know, you might get 3 seconds, you might get 5 seconds. I don't think you're going to lose a minute on a cut by not having a muffler mod. And so in my case, where I'm coming from is with this channel, the viewpoint that I'm coming from is you know, the vast majority of people with chainsaws, they go down to Lowe's or they go down to their steel dealer and buy a chainsaw. They just want a saw that'll run right out of the box and cut wood, you know, cut firewood, cut storm damage up, trimming and things like that. In a lot of ways, probably most ways, it's not a hobby like it is for me. And I'm not saying I won't get into doing muffler mods, but what I want is I just want a chainsaw that starts and runs and cuts, and you know, minimal fuss about it. And you know, you go back to some of these older, and I guess they're still on the shelves, you know, some of these cheap saws that you see, some of these old Poland Wild things. And I think one of my boys had a I can't remember the model number. It was a yellow Poland, but it was like a 38cc saw, and Poland Pro, and it would never hold a tune. You could adjust the carburetor and do whatever. It was never like this saw right here, where you just start it, it runs and runs and runs till it runs out of gas, and then you fill it up and it just keeps going. It doesn't. This saw doesn't vapor lock. There's nothing I really need to do to this saw or any of my other saws other than maybe adjust the carburetor, put a new chain on, flip the bar over from time to time. And so for me, muffler mods are not necessary. I'm not saying, again, that I'm against them, because I'm not. They're just not something I want to do. And I'd say the majority, the vast majority of people that buy chainsaws, I'd say most of them don't even know what a muffler mod is, and or porting the cylinder and that kind of thing. But I understand if you're in competition, you know, that split second counts when you're going up against a competitor and the cuts are timed. And it's kind of cool, you know, seeing those saws when they do have some of the pipes coming off of them and things like that. You know, that's kind of slickery. But for the everyday, the average saw user, and I think I fall into that broad category somewhere. Muffler mods are just not necessary. You get a saw, it runs, and it runs, and it runs. If it don't run, if the carburetor, I'm not saying when they won't start because they got bad gas, you send them out to the curb. What I'm saying is, in my view, either a chainsaw runs or it don't. And you might have to adjust the carburetor a little bit. But other than that, this saw for years and years has just cut piles and piles and piles of firewood. And I'm not the only user. My boys have cut a lot of firewood with it. And it just still remains a favorite, this Stihl MS250. And then I've got a bunch of other saws. This is kind of a hobby for me. It's just I'm not into modifying the mufflers, and maybe I should be, but I don't know. There's a lot of fish to fry, from my vantage point, that's beyond just chainsaws and cutting firewood. In fact, on this channel you'll see videos of trimmers and blowers, two-cycle equipment like that, old antique saws, McCulloch and probably Homelight, and green Poland maybe. But I'll tinker with those things a little bit, but really it's just maintenance, maybe a clutch, maybe a carburetor, that kind of thing. But that's sort of to be expected on a saw that's as old as a McCulloch or a Homelight, like a Homelight Super XL. But yeah, no muffler mods here. Nothing against them. Don't flame me in the comments, but I just don't see the point for what I do, and probably for the average homeowner, firewood cutter, gaining 3 to 5 seconds on a cut. I mean, I would obliterate that amount of time savings just trying to find my scrunch to tighten up the chain, and or something else. It's amazing how much time you can consume when you're out cutting wood and the chainsaw's not even running. So yeah, Stihl MS250. It's completely stock, and no muffler mods here. We'll talk to you later.